Anybody else? I see I've got 3 more seats. Anybody need a seat? Would you guys like to have a seat?
No, we're good. If we're
You
good
sure?
Here, yeah. You don't
Okay.
want them here?
Let me see. Let's figure it out. I've got 1 right here. I've got 2 over here. Let me have. Who are my students? I need some brave students. You're a brave student. You're a brave student. Are you comfortable sitting next to her? Come with me. All right. Here we go. Dude, this is y'all right here. It's a great seat. And then now. Okay. Anybody else? All right. Everybody good? I'm going to check the hall one more time. We're good. All right. Y'all, I think we're ready. Can you see? You can? Can y'all see? Can you guys see? You can see? Can y'all see? McDermott's can see? Yes? Band, can y'all see?
We can see.
Everyone can see. Everyone's got a seat? Y'all, that was worth waiting for. If you don't know me, my name is David Berry, and I teach English and theater here at Innsworth High School. If you've been here, you were here last night, you've heard most of what I'm about to say, but it's worth saying again because we have lots of new guests with us tonight. One of my favorite things that happened yesterday was getting a video, and this is new, a video from some alums who were huddled up in their dorm room with their roommates watching the show on live stream and eating takeout food. And I loved watching the video of them, watching the live stream of us doing the play in here. And as horrific as it was not to convene for live theater for so long, I like that we have that potential now to get into grandparents' living rooms in Kansas, or to get into dorm rooms in Chicago. That's wonderful. But I want to thank you guys for being in the room with us tonight, even though it's tight. There's nothing, the video's great if you can't be here, but nothing's like being in the room. And I'm so grateful to have you all back in this room. It has been some years since we've been able to do it. I'm going to give a little bit. Speaking of our alumni, I'm going to make another announcement about our alums, or not an announcement so much as an update. We've had some alums that have had. Most of y'all know. Some of you may not. Some alums who have had some conspicuous success in the past couple of years, in the past year really, out in Hollywood and in LA and in New York, making films with Ethan Hawke and George Clooney and Julianne Moore and all of these wonderful filmmakers. And we are very proud of the work that Jack Alcott's done, and that it's very much okay, and that Brianna Middleton's done. But they're not the only alums who have been crushing it. It's easy to go online and see their success, or go into a movie theater and see their success, or turn on Showtime and see their success. But 2 weeks ago, Ryan Krantz put up a show at Williams College written by Ella Tellerico, 2 Innsworth grads. Caroline Seitz at Amherst College put up a show written by her sister, Sally Seitz. Middlebury put up a show by Sally Seitz where she was a student. And Vassar's put up its own show by Ella Tellerico where she's a student. And I love that part of the story. You're not going to read about that on the internet, but I wanted to tell you that now. And I also wanted to put in the program an update on what our alums have been doing in college. And you're going to notice a range of schools, but you're also going to notice all of these double majors. People studying theater and statistics, or theater and economics, or anthropology, or whatever it may be. We're very proud of them, and we wanted you guys to have a chance to catch up with them. So take a look at that. I promised myself that I would give my thanks to the painters who painted this floor. It's gorgeous. And it didn't used to be, because there was a first draft. This floor is a testament to drafting. There was a first draft that was horrific. And the authors of that draft were unsatisfied. They thought it was horrific, and I thought it was horrific. And we sat there and we thought, what are we going to do? And we thought, we're going to erase it. We're going to start over. But that's not what we did. We found a way to edit it and to go back through. And it went on a different process than the one that we anticipated. And that's how it became this beautiful. And so to Neha, to Sophia, to all the other painters listed in the program, my deepest thanks. It is an adventure getting there, but holy, she did it. She did it. The photography that's used tonight is by Emily Schaefer. The words are by all of your friends and students and that William Shakespeare guy. If this room catches on fire or something, go that way and down the stairs. And I really hope you enjoyed tonight's performance of Midsummer Night's Dream. Thank you for listening.
Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where
Now, fair Hippolyta, our nuptial hour draws on apace. 4 happy days bring in a new moon, but oh, methinks, how slow that old moon wanes. She lingers, my desires, like a stepdame or a dowager, long withering out to young men's revenue.
4 days will quickly steep themselves in night. 4 nights will quickly dream away the time, and then the moon, like a silver bow in the vents in heaven, shall behold the night of our solemnities.
Hippolyta, I wooed thee with my sword, doing thee injuries, but I will wed thee in another key, with pomp, triumph, and revelry.
Happy be Theseus, our renowned Duke.
Critigius, what's the news with thee?
Full of vexation come I, against my child, my daughter, Hermia. Stand forth, Demetrius, and my gracious Duke, this man hath my consent to marry her. Stand forth, Lysander, and my gracious Duke, this man hath bewitched the bosom of my child. Thou, Lysander, thou hast given her rhymes, and interchanged love tokens with my child. Thou hast by moonlight at her window sung with feigning voice verses of feigning love, and stolen the impression of her fantasy with bracelets of the hair, rings, gauds, conceits, knacks, trifles, nosegays, sweet meats, messengers of strong prevailment in unhearted youth. With cunning hast thou filched my daughter's heart, and turned her obedience, which is due to me, to stubborn harshness. And so, my gracious Duke, be it so, she will not hear before your grace consent to marry with Demetrius. I beg the ancient privilege of Athens. As she is mine, I may dispose of her, which shall either be to this gentleman or to her death, according to our law immediately provided in that case.
What say you, Hermia? Fair maiden, be advised. Do your father should be as a god, one who composed your beauties, yea, and one to whom you but as a form in wax, by him imprinted, and within his power, to leave the figure, or disfigure. Demetrius is a worthy gentleman.
So is Lysander.
In himself he is, but wanting your father's voice, the other must be held the worthier.
Would my father look to it with my eyes?
Rather, your eyes must with his judgment look.
I do entreat your grace to pardon me. I know not by what power I am made bold, nor how it may concern my modesty and such a presence here to plead my thoughts. But I beseech your grace that I may know the worst that may befall me in this case if I refuse to wed Demetrius.
Either to die the death, or to abjure forever the society of men. Therefore, fair Hermia, question your desires. Examine your blood, know your youth, whether, if you yield not to your father's choice, you can endure the livery of a nun. For I to be in shady cloister mew, living a barren sister all your life, chanting faint hymns to the cold, fruitless moon. But earthlier happy is the rose distilled, than that which, withering on the virgin thorn, grows, lives, and dies in single blessedness.
So will I grow, so live, so die, my lord, ere I will yield my virgin pattern up unto his lordship, whose unwished yoke my soul consents not to give sovereignty.
Take time to pause, and by the next new moon, sealing day betwixt my love and me, for a bond of everlasting fellowship. Upon that day, either be prepared to die for disobedience to your father's will, or wed Demetrius as he would, or on Diana's altar protest for austerity and single life.
Relent, sweet Hermia, and Lysander, yield thy crazed title to my certain right.
You have her father's love, Demetrius. Let me have Hermia's. You marry him?
Scornful Lysander, true, he hath my love. And what is mine, my love shall render him. And she is mine, and all my right of her I do estate unto Demetrius.
I am, my lord, as well derived as he, as well possessed. My love is more than his. My fortunes, every way as fairly ranked, if not with vantage, as Demetrius. And, which is more than all these boasts can be, I am beloved of beauteous Hermia. Why should not I then prosecute my right? Demetrius, I'll avouch it to his head made love to Nadar's daughter, Helena, and won her soul. And she, sweet lady, dotes, devoutly dotes in idolatry upon this spotted and inconstant man.
I must confess, I have heard so much, and with Demetrius thought to have spoken thereof. But being full of self-affairs, my mind did lose it. But Demetrius, come, and Aegis, come. I have private schooling for you both. For you, fair Hermia, look you arm yourself, fit your fancies to your father's will, or else the law of Athens yields you up, which by no means may we extenuate, to either death or vow of single life. Come, my Polita. What cheer, my love? Demetrius and Aegis, go along.
How now, my love? Why is your cheek so pale? How chance the roses there do fade so fast?
Like for want of rain, wish I could velveteen them from the tints of my eyes.
I mean, for aught that I could ever read, could ever hear by tale or history, the course of true love never did run smooth. But either it was different in blood,
Oh, cross, too high to be enthralled to low.
or else it was misgrasped in the respective years,
Oh, spite, too old to be engaged to young.
or it stood upon the choice of friends.
Oh, hell, to choose love by another's eyes.
If there were sympathy in a choice, war, death, or sickness did lay siege to it, making it momentary as a sound, swift as a shadow, short as any dream, brief as the lightning in the calling night that in a spleen unfolds both heaven and earth, and ere a man hath power to say, behold, jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick right things come to confusion.
If then true lovers have been ever crossed, it stands as an edict in destiny. Then let us teach our child patience, because it is a customary cross, as due to love as sloths and dreams and sighs.
A good persuasion. Therefore hear me, Hermia. I have a widow aunt, a dowager of great revenue. From Athens is her house removed 7 leagues, and she respects me as her only son. There, gentle Hermia, may I marry thee, and to that place the sharp Athenian law cannot pursue us. If thou lovest me, steal forth thy father's house tomorrow night, and in the woods a league without the town, where I did meet thee once with Helena to do observance to a morn of May. There will I stay for thee.
Lysander, I swear to thee by Cupid's strongest bow, by his best arrow with the golden head, by all the vows that ever men have broke, and never more than ever woman spoke, in the same place thou hast appointed me. Tomorrow truly will I meet with thee.
Keep promise, love. Look, here comes Helena.
Godspeed, fair Helena, whither away?
Call you me fair? That fair again unsay. Demetrius loves your fair, oh happy fair. Your eyes are lodestars, and your tongue sweet air, more tunable than lark to shepherd's ear when wheat is green, and when hawthorn buds appear. Sickness is catching, oh, where favor so. Yours would I catch, fair Hermia, ere I go. Oh, teach me how you look and with what art you sway the motion of Demetrius's heart.
I frown upon him, yet he loves me still.
Oh, that your frowns would teach my smiles such skill.
I give him curses, yet he gives me love.
Oh, that my prayers could such affection move.
The more I hate, the more he follows me.
The more I love, the more he hateth me.
His folly, Helena, is none of mine.
None but your beauty, would that fault were mine.
Take comfort. He no more shall see my face. Lysander and myself will fly this place.
Helen, to you our minds we will unfold. Tomorrow night when Phoebe doth behold her silver visage in the watery glass, decking with liquid pearl the bladed grass, a time that lovers' fights doth still conceal, through Athens' gates have we devised this deal.
And in the wood, where often you and I, upon faint primrose beds were wont to lie, emptying our bosoms of their counsels sweet, there my Lysander and myself will meet. Farewell, sweet playfellow, pray thou for us, and good luck grant thee thy Demetrius. Keep word, Lysander, we must starve our sight from lovers' food till morrow's deep midnight.
I will, my Hermia. Helena, adieu. As you on him, Demetrius stowed on you.
How happy some or other some can be. But through Athens I'm thought as fair as she. But what of that? Demetrius thinks not so, but he will not know what all but he doth know. Love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind, and therefore is winged Cupid painted blind. Nor hath love of any judgment taste, and wings and no eyes figure unheedy haste. And therefore is love said to be a child, because in choice he is often beguiled. As waggish boys in games themselves forswear, so the boy love is perjured everywhere. For ere Demetrius looked on Hermia's eyne, he hailed down oaths that he was only mine. But when this hail some heat from Hermia felt, so he dissolved, and showers of oaths did melt. I will go tell him of fair Hermia's flight. Then to the wood will he tomorrow night pursue her. And for this intelligence, if I have thanks, it's a dear expense. But here in me I to enrich my pain, to have his sight thither and back again. Is all our company here?
You're best to call them generally, man by man, according to the spirit.
Here is the scroll of every man's name, thought fit through all Athens, to play in our interlude in front of the Duke and the Duchess on a wedding day at night.
First, good Peter Quince say what the play treats on. Then read the names of the actors, and so go on to a point.
Mary, our play is the most lamentable comedy and most cruel death of Pyramus and Thisbe.
A very good piece of work, I assure you. And to Mary. Now, good Peter Quince, call forth your actors by the scroll. Masters, spread yourselves.
Nick Bottom, the weaver,
Ready. Name what part I am for, and proceed.
you are set down for Pyramus.
What is Pyramus? A lover or a tyrant?
Ah, Pyramus. He's a lover who kills himself. Most gallantly for love.
That will ask some tears in the true performer. If I do it, let the audience look to their eyes. I will move storms. I will condole in some measure. I could play Heracles, really, or a part to tear a cannon, round to make all split. The raging rocks and shivering shocks shall break the locks of prison gates, and Phoebus' cause shall shine from far and make and mar the foolish fates. This was lofty. Now, read the names of the actors. This is Heracles' vein, a tyrant's vein. A lover is more condoling.
Francis Flute, the bellows mender.
Here, Peter Quince.
You are to take Thisbe on you.
What is Thisbe? A wandering knight.
It's the lady that Pyramus must love.
Say, Faith, let me not play a woman. I have a beard coming.
Oh, that's all one. You may play in the mask and dress as small as you will.
And I may hide my face. Let me play Thisbe too. I will speak in a monstrous little voice. Thisbe, Thisbe. Oh, Pyramus, my lover dear, thy Thisbe dear, and lady dear.
You must play Pyramus. And you must play Thisbe.
Well, proceed.
I will. Robin Starveling the tailor.
Here, Peter Quince.
You are set down for Thisbe's mother. Tom Snap, the tinker.
Here, Peter Quince.
You, Pyramus' father. Myself, Thisbe's father. Snug the joiner, you, the lion. And I hope there's a play fitted.
Have you the lion's part written? Pray you give it me, for I'm rather slow of study.
Oh, you may do it extempore, for it is only roaring.
Let me play the lion too! I will roar that I will do any man's heart good to hear. I will roar that I will make the Duke say, let him roar again. Let him roar again.
If you should do it too terribly, it would frighten the Duchess and the ladies that they would shriek, and that were enough to hang us all.
And that would hang us.
Every mother's son.
I grant you, friends, that if you should fright the ladies afterwards, they would have no discretion but to hang us. But I assure you, I will add voice to my voice, that I will roar to you as gently as any sucking dove. I will roar and swear any night again.
You are to play Pyramus, for Pyramus is a sweet-faced man, a proper man, as one shall see in the summer's day, the most gentleman-like man. Therefore, you must needs play Pyramus.
Well, I will undertake it.
Wonderful.
Oh, what beer am
Why,
I best
what you
play?
will, but masters, here are your parts. I request you, entreat you, and desire you to con them by tomorrow night. We will meet in the palace wood without a mile of the town. There we will rehearse, for if we do it in the city, we shall be dogged with company, and no device is known. And I will write a bill of properties as our play needs. I pray you fail me not.
We will meet, and there we may rehearse more obscenely and courageously.
At the Duke's oak we meet.
Enough! Hold or cut bowstrings!
How now, spirit? Whither wander you?
Over hill, over dale, through brush, through briar, over park, over pale, through flood, through fire, I do wander everywhere, swifter than your spirit. And I serve the fairy queen, and do her orbs upon the green. The cowslips tall, her pensioners be, in their gold coats, spots you see. Those be rubies, fairy favors, in those freckles lie their savors. I must go seek some dewdrops here, and hang a pearl in every cowslip's ear. Farewell, thou lob of spirits, all be gone. Our queen and all her elves come here anon.
The king doth keep his revels here tonight. Take heed the queen come not within his sight, for Oberon is passing fell in wrath, because that she as her attendant hath a lovely boy, stolen from an Indian king. She never had so sweet a changeling, and jealous Oberon would have the child nag this train to trace the forest wild. But she perforce withholds the loved boy, crowns him with flowers and makes him all her joy. And now they never meet in grove or green, by fountain clear or spangled starlight sheen, but they do square, that their elves for fear creep into acorn cups and hide them there.
Either I mistake your shape in making quite, or you are that shrewd and knavish sprite called Robin Goodfellow. Are not you he, that frights the maidens of the villagery, skim milk and sometimes labor in the kern, and bootless make the breathless housewives churn, and sometimes make the drink to bear no barn, mislead night wanderers laughing at their harm, those that hobgoblin collie men, sweet huck, you do their work and they shall have good luck. Are not you he?
Thou speakst aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I, a fat and lean-fed horse beguile, neighing in the likeness of a filly foal, and sometime lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in the very likeness of a roasted crab. And when she drinks, against her lip I bob, and on her wither do I pour the ale. The wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale, sometimes would bring the stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her front, down tumbles she, and terror cries and falls into a cough, that the whole choir hold their hips and laugh, and waxen in their mirth and knees and swear. A merrier hour was never wasted there. But room fairy, here comes Oberon.
And here my mistress, would that he were gone.
Ill met by moonlight, throughout the time.
What jealous Oberon? Fairies, skip hence. I have forsworn his bed and company.
Tarry, rash wanton, am I not thy lord?
Well, then I must be thy lady. But I know when thou hast stolen away from fairyland, and in the shape of Corin sat all day, playing pipes of corn, and nursing love to amorous Phillida. Why art thou here? Come from the farthest step of India? But that, forsooth, your bouncing Amazon, your buskin mistress and warrior love to Theseus must be wedded. And you come to give their bed joy and prosperity?
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania, glance at my credit with Hippolyta, knowing I know thy love for Theseus? Didst not thou lead him through the glimmering night, from Virginia whom he ravished, and make him, with fair Agles, break his faith, with Ariadne and Antiopa?
These are the forgeries of jealousy. Never since the middle summer spring met we on hill, in dale, forest, or mead, by paved fountain or by rushy brook, to dance our ringlets to the whistling wind. But with thy brawls thou hast disturbed our sport. Therefore the winds piping to us in vain, as in revenge, have sucked up from the sea contagious fogs, which, falling in the land, hath every petty river made so proud that they have overborne their continents. The ox therefore hath stretched his yoke in vain, the plowman lost his sweat, and the green corn hath rotted ere his youth attained a beard. The fold stands empty in the drowned field, and crows are fatted with the murmuring flock. The Nine Lands moors is filled with mud, and the quaint mazes in the wanton green, for lack of tread, are undistinguishable. Mortals want their winter here. No night is now with him or peril blessed. Therefore the moon, the governess of floods, pale in her anger, washes all the air so that rheumatic diseases do abound. And through this distemperature we see the seasons alter. Four-headed frosts fall in the fresh lap of the crimson rose, and on old Himes thin an icy crown, an odorous chaplet of sweet summer buds is as in mockery set. The spring, the summer, the childing autumn, angry winter change their wanton liveries, so the maid's world, by their increase, now knows not which is which. And the same progeny of evils comes from our debate, from our dissension. We are their parents in their original.
Do you amend it then? Why should Titania cross her Oberon? I do but beg a little changeling boy to be my henchman.
Set your heart at rest, the fairyland buys not the child of me. His mother was a votress of my order, and in the spiced Indian air by night full often hath she gossiped by my side, and sat with me on Neptune's yellow sands, marking the embarked traders on the flood. And we have laughed to see the sails conceive and grow big-bellied with the wanton wind, which she with pretty and with swimming gait following, her womb then rich with my own squire, would imitate, and sail upon the land to fetch me trifles, and return again as from a voyage rich with merchandise. But she, being mortal, of that boy did die, and for her sake do I rear up her boy, and for her sake I will not part with him.
How long within this wood intend you stay?
Perchance till after Theseus' wedding day. You'll patiently dance in around and serve moonlight revels, go with us. If not, shun me, and I will spare your haunts.
Give me that boy, and I will go with thee.
Not for thy fairy kingdom. Fairies, away, we shall chide downright our longer stay.
Well, go thy way. Thou shalt not from this grove till I torment thee for the century. My gentle puck, come hither. Thou remembered, since I once sat upon a promontory, and heard a mermaid on a dolphin's back uttering such a dulcet and harmonious breath that the rude sea grew civil at her song, and certain stars shot madly from their spheres to hear the sea maid's music?
I remember.
That very time I saw, but thou couldst not. Between the cold moon and the earth, Cupid, all armed, certain Amy took it, a fair vessel thrown by the west, and loosed his love shaft smartly from his bow, as it should pierce 100,000 hearts. But I might see young Cupid's fire shaft quenched in the chaste beam of the watery moon, and the imperial vosters passed on, in maiden meditation, fancy-free. Yet, Mark died where the bolt of Cupid fell. It fell upon a little western flower. Before, milk white, now purple with love's wound. And maidens call it love and idleness. Fetch me the syrup. The flower I showed thee once, the juice of it on sleeping eyelids laid, will make any man or woman madly dote upon the next live creature that it sees. Fetch me the syrup, and be thou here again ere the Leviathan can swim a league.
I'll put a girdle around the earth in 40 minutes.
Have me once this juice. I'll watch Titania when she is asleep. The next thing she waking looks upon, be it on lion or bear, on wolf or bull, on meddling monkey or on busy ape, she shall pursue with the soul of love. And ere I take this charm off from her sight, as I can take it with another herb, I'll make her render up her page to me. But who comes here? I'm invisible, and I will overhear the conference.
I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldest me they were stolen into this wood, and here I am, and wood within this wood, because I cannot beat my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair, or do I not, in the plainest truth, tell you that I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that do I love thee the more. I'm your spaniel, and Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me, till they give me leave. Unworthy as I am to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and get a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you do use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look upon thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impute your modesty too much. To leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one who loves you not. To trust the opportunity of the night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege, for that it is not night when I do see your face, and therefore I think I'm not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company, for you and my respect are all of the world. Then how can it be said I'm alone, when all the world is here to look on me?
I will run from thee and hide me in the brakes and leave thee to the mercy of the wild beasts.
The wildest have not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless stabling cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. Or if thou do follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
I in the temple, the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius! Your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of a hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Fare thee well, nymph. Ere he do leave this grove, thou shalt flight him, and he shall seek thy love. Hast thou the flower? Welcome, wanderer.
Aye, there it is.
I pray thee give it to me. I know a bank where the wild thyme blows, where the ox slips and the nodding violet grow, quite over canopied with luscious woodbine, with sweet musk roses, and with eglantine. There sleeps Titania some time of the night, lulled in these flowers, with dances in delight. And there the snake throws her enameled skin, weed, wide enough to wrap a fairy in. And with the juice of this I'll streak her eyes and make her full of hateful fancies. Take thou some day, and seek through this grove. A sweet Athenian lady is in love, with a disdain for youth. Anoint his eyes, to do when the next thing he espies may be the lady. Thou shalt know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on. Affected with some care, that he may prove more fond upon her than she on her own love. And look thou meet me ere the first cock crow.
Fear not, my lord, your servant shall do so.
Come, now around will look very soft, then for the third part of a minute hence. Some steal cankers and the muskrose buds, some more with baramites for their leathered wings to make my small elf's coats, and some keep back the cleverest owl, who nightly hoots and wonders at our queen's spirits. See me now asleep, vent your offices and let me rest.
You've spotted snakes with double tongues, thorny hedgehogs be not seen, newts and blind worms do no wrong. Come not near our fairy queen. Fill with melody, sing our sweet lullaby. Lady night.
thou cease, when thou dost wake, do for thy true love take. Love and languish for his sake. Be it ounce or cat or bear, hard or boar with bristled hair. In thy eye it shall appear, when thou wakest it is thy dear. Wake when some vile thing is near.
Fair love, you faint with wandering in the wood, and to speak troth, I've forgot our way. We'll rest us, Hermia, if you think it good, and tarry for the comfort of the day.
Be it so, Lysander. Climb you out of bed, for I upon this bank will rest my head.
One turf shall serve as pillow for us both. One heart, one bed, two bosoms, and one troth.
Nay, good Lysander, for my sake, my dear, lie further off yet, do not lie so near.
Oh, take the sense, sweet, of my innocence. Love finds the meaning in love's conference. I mean that my heart unto yours is knit, so that but one heart we can make of it. Two bosoms interchained with an oath, so then two bosoms in a single troth. Then by your side no bedroom me deny, for lying so, Hermia, I do not lie.
Lysander riddles very prettily. Now, much beshrew my manners and my pride, if Hermia meant to say Lysander lied. But, gentle friend, for love and courtesy lie further off in human modesty. Such separation, as well may be said, becomes a virtuous bachelor maid. So far be distant, and good night, sweet friend. Thy love now altered till thy sweet life end.
Amen. Amen to that fair prayer, say I. And then in life, when I end loyalty, here is my bed. Sleep give thee all his rest.
Half the witcher's eyes seek rest. Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night silence. Who is here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And hear the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Stay, though thou kill me, sweet Demetrius.
I charge thee, hence, and do not haunt me thus.
Wilt thou darkling leave me? Do not so.
Stay on thy peril. I alone will go.
Oh, I'm out of breath in this fond chase. The more my prayer, the lesser is my grace. Happy is Hermia wheresoever she lies, for she hath blessed and attractive eyes. How came her eyes so bright? Not with salt tears, else my eyes are oftener washed than hers. No, I'm as ugly as a bear, for beasts that meet me run away for fear. Therefore no marvel though Demetrius do as a monster fly my presence thus. What wicked and dissembling glass of mine made me compare with Hermia's fiery eye? But who's here? Lysander on the ground, dead, or asleep? I see no blood, no wound. Lysander, if you live, good sir, awake.
And run through fire I will for thy sweet sake. Transparent Helena, nature shows her art, that through thy bosom makes me see thy heart. Where is Demetrius? Oh, how fit a word is that vile name to perish on my sword.
Do not say so, Lysander, say not so. What, though he love your Hermia, Lord, what though? Yet Hermia still loves you, then be content.
Content with Hermia? No, I do repent. The tedious minutes with her I have spent, not Hermia, but Helena I love, who would not change a raven for a dove. The will of man is by his reason swayed. Reason says you are the worthier maid. Things growing are not ripe until their season, so I, being young, till now not ripe to reason.
Wherefore was I to this keen mockery born? When at your hands did I deserve this scorn? Is it not enough? Is it not enough, young man, that I did never, no, nor never can deserve a sweet look from Demetrius' eye, but you must fill out my insufficiency. Good troth you do me wrong, good sooth you do in such disdainful manner me to woo. But fare ye well. Perforce I must confess I thought you a lord of more true gentleness. Oh, that a lady of one man refused should of another therefore be abused.
She sees not Hermia. Hermia, sleep thou there, and never mayst thou come Lysander near. For as a surfeit of the sweetest things, the deepest loathing to the stomach brings, or as the heresies that men do leave, are hated most of those they did deceive. So thou, my surfeit and my heresy, of all be hated, but the most of me. And all my powers address your love and might, to honor Helen and to be her knight.
Help me, Lysander. Help me. Do thy best to pluck this crawling serpent from my hands. I me for pity what dream was here. Lysander, look how I do quake with fear. Methought a serpent ate my heart away, and you sat smiling at his cruel prey. Lysander? What, removed? Lysander, Lord! What, of appearing? Gone, no sound, no word? Alack, where are you? Speak it if you hear. Speak for all loves! I swoon almost with fear. No? Then I well perceive you are not nigh. Either death or you I'll find immediately.
Are we all met?
Pat! Oh, and here's a marvelous convenient spot for a rehearsal. This green plot shall act as our stage. This hawthorn break our tiring house. And we shall do it in action as we shall do it before the Duke and the Duchess.
Peter Quince,
What sayest thou, Believer?
there are things in this comedy of Pyramus and Thisbe that will never please. First, Pyramus must draw a sword to kill himself, which the ladies cannot abide. How answer you that?
Our lady in a perilous fear.
I believe you must leave the killing out when all is done.
Not a bit. I have advice to make all well. Write me a prologue, and let that prologue seem to say that we will do no harm with our swords, and that Pyramus is not killed in you. That will put them out of fear.
Will not the ladies be afraid of the lion?
I fear it, I promise you.
Masters, you ought to consider yourself to bring in, God shield us, a lion among ladies is the most dreadful thing, for there is no more fearful wild fowl than your lion living, and we ought to look to it.
Then another prologue must tell that he is not a lion.
Nay, you must name his name, and half his face must be seen to the lion's neck, and then he must speak saying thus or to the same defect. Ladies, or fair ladies, I would wish you, or I would request you, or I would entreat you, not to fear, not to tremble, my life for yours. If you think I come hither as a lion, it's for pity of my life, for I am no such thing. I am a man, as other men are, and there indeed, let him name his name, and tell them plainly that he is Snug the Joiner.
Well, it shall be so. But there is two hard things. That is to bring moonlight into the chamber for Pyramus and Thisbe meet by moonlight.
Doth the moon shine that night in Clare play?
A calendar! A calendar!
Oh.
Look in the almanac! Find out moonshine! Find out moonshine! Ah!
Fair men. Hold. Thank you. Yes, it doth shine that night.
Ha ha! Why, then make the casement of the great chamber window where we play open, and the moon may shine in at the casement.
Aye. Or else, say, someone comes in with a lantern and a bush of thorns, and say he comes to disfigure or to present the man of moonshine. Yes. Oh, and there is one more thing. We need a wall, for Pyramus and Thisbe, says the story, do talk through the chink of a wall.
You can never bring in a wall. What say you, Bottom?
Well, some man or other must present wall, and let them have some plaster and some loam and some rough cast about him to signify wall. And let him hold his fingers thus for the cranny that Pyramus and Thisbe shall whisper.
Magnificent. Oh, if that may be, then all is well. Come, every mother's son, rehearse your parts. Pyramus! Once you've spoken your speech, enter through that break, and so everyone according to his cues.
What hempen homespuns have we swaggering here, so near the cradle of the fairy queen? What, a play toward? An auditor I'll be, an actor too perhaps if I see cause.
Speak.
Thisbe, thy flowers of odious savor.
Odors.
Sweet. Odious.
Odors.
Thy flowers of odious savor sweet. So hath thy breath, my dearest Thisbe dear. But hark! A voice! Stay thou but here a while, and by to thee I will appeal.
A stranger Pyramus than e'er played here.
Must I speak now?
Marry, you must, for you must understand he goes but to hear noise and will return.
Most radiant Pyramus, most lily white of hue, of color like the red roses on triumphant briar, most brisky juvenile eke, most lovely you, oh truest horse that would never tire. I meet thy Pyramus at Ninny's tomb.
Ninus tomb then, why you must not speak that yet, for you answer to Pyramus. Pyramus, your cue is past. It is never tired.
Oh, truest horse that it would never tire.
If I were fair Thisbe, if I were only thine.
Please come, time out!
Why do they run away? This is a knavery of them to make me afeard.
Oh, bottom, thou art changed. What do I see on thee?
What do you see? Oh, you see an ass head of your own, do you?
What a blessing! Thou art translated!
Oh, I see their knavery. Oh, this is to make an ass of me, to frighten me, if they could. But I will not stir from this place. Do what they can. I will walk up and down here, and I will sing so that they shall hear that I am not afraid. The ouzel cock so black of hue, with orange tar in the middle, the throstle with his notes so true, the wren with little quill.
Oh, what angel wakes me from my flowery.
The finch, the sparrow, and the lord, the plain song cuckoo gray. His note full many a man doth mark, that dares not answer me.
I pray thee, gentle mortal, sing again. Mine ear is much enamored of thy notes, so is mine eye enthralled to thy shape. And thy fair virtues, force perforce doth move me, on first view to say, to swear, I love thee.
Methinks, mistress, you should have little reason for that. And yet, the true reason and love keep little company together nowadays. And it were pity that many honest neighbors would not make them friends. Nay, I can gleek upon occasion.
Thou art as wise as thou art beautiful.
Oh, not so, neither. But if I have wit enough to get out of this wood, I have enough to serve mine own turn.
Out of this wood do not desire to go. Thou shalt remain here whether thou wilt or no. I'm a spirit of no common rate. The summer still doth tend upon my state, and I do love thee. Therefore go with me. I'll bring thee fairies to attend on thee, and they shall fetch thee jewels from the deep, and sing while on pressed flowers thou dost sleep. And I will purge thy mortal grossness, so that thou shalt like an airy spirit go. Peace blossom, cobweb, moth, mustard seed.
Ready? And I. Where shall we go?
Be kind and courteous to this gentleman. Hop in his walks, and Campbell in his eyes. Feed him with apricots and dewberries, with purple grapes, green figs, and mulberries. The honey bags steal from the humblebees, and for night tapers crop their waxen thighs, and light them with the fiery glowworm's eyes to have my love to bed and to arise. And pluck the wings from painted butterflies to fan the moonbeams from his sleeping eyes. Nod to him, elves, and do him courtesies.
Hail, mortal! Hail!
I try your worship's mercy heartily. I beseech your worship's name.
Cobweb.
Good Master Cobweb, if I am to cut my finger, I shall make bold. I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Collar. Your name, honest gentleman.
Peace Blossom.
I pray you commend me to Mr. Squash, your mother, and Master Peace God, your father. I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Peace Blossom. Your name, I beseech you, sir.
Mustard Seed.
Oh, good Master Mustard Seed. I know your patience well. That same cowardly giant like ox beef hath devoured many a gentleman of your house. I promise you, your kindred hath made my eyes water ere now. I shall desire you of more acquaintance, good Master Mustard Seed.
Come, wait upon him, lead him to my bower. Tie up my lover's tongue. Bring him silently.
Come on.
I wonder if Titania be awake. Then, what it was, the next came into her eye which she must dote upon and exterminate. Here comes my messenger. How now, mad spirit? What did I rule about this haunted grove?
My mistress with the monster is in love. Near to her close and consecrated bower, when she was in her dull and sleeping hour, a crew of patches, rude mechanicals that work for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play, intended for great Theseus' nuptial day, when the shallowest, thick-skinned of that barren sort who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered a break, when I bid him at this advantage take. An ass's no life fix it on his head, anon his Thisbe must be entered, and forth my mimic comes when they can spy, as wild geese the creeping fowler eye, sever themselves, and madly sweep the sky, so at his sight away his fellows fly. I led them on in this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there, when in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass.
This falls out better than I could devise. But hast thou yet lashed the Athenian's eyes? The love juice? Does that bid thee do?
I took him sleeping, that is finished too, and the Athenian woman by his side, that when he waked, of force she must be eyed.
Stand close. This is the same Athenian.
This is the woman, but not this the man.
Oh, why you rebuke him that loves you so? Lay breath so bitter on your bitter foe.
Now I but chide, but I should use thee worst. For thou, I fear, hast given me cause to curse. If thou hast slain Lysander in his sleep, big our shoes in blood, plunge in the deep, and he kill me too. That the sun was not so true unto the day is he to me. It cannot be, but thou hast murdered him. So should a murderer look so dead, so grim.
So should the murdered look, and so should I, pierced through the heart with your stern cruelty. And yet you, the murderer, looks as bright, as clear as yonder Venus in her glimmering sphere.
What's this to my Lysander? Where is he? Oh, good Demetrius, wilt thou give him me?
I'd rather give his carcass to my hounds.
Out, dog, out, cur! Thou drivest me past the bounds of maiden's patience. Hast thou slain him then? And swore to be never numbered among men. Oh, for once tell true, even for my sake.
You waste your passions on a misprized mood. I am not guilty of Lysander's blood, nor is he dead for aught that I can tell.
I pray thee, tell me then that he is well.
And if I could, what should I get there for?
A privilege never to see me more. And from thy hated presence part I so. See me no more, whether he be dead or no.
There is no following her in this fierce Spain, so here therefore for a while I will remain.
What hast thou done? Thou hast mistaken quite, and laid the love juice on some true love sight. About the wood, go quicker than the wind, and Helena of Athens looked out fine. All fancy sick she is, and pale of cheer, with sighs of love that cost the fresh blood dear. By some illusion, see thou bring her here. I'll charm his eyes again, she doth fear.
I go, look how I go, swifter than an arrow from the carter's bow.
Flower of this purple dye, hit with Cupid's archery, sink into apple of his eye. When his love he doth espy, let her shine as gloriously as the Venus of the sky. When thou wakest, if she be by, beg of her for remedy.
Captain of our fairy band, Helena is here at hand, and the youth mistook by me pleading for a lover's fee. Shall we their fond pageant see? Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Stand aside. The noise they make will cause Demetrius to awake.
Then will two at once woo one. That must needs be sport alone. Those things do best please me that befall preposterously.
Why should you think that I woo and scorn? Scorn and division never come in tears. Look what I vow, I weep, and vow so born. In their nativity all truth appears.
How can these things in me seem scorn to you, bearing the badge of faith to prove them true?
You do advance your cunning more and more. When truth kills truth, oh devilish holy prey. These vows are Hermia's. Will you give her o'er? Weigh oath with oath, and you will nothing weigh. Your vows to her and to me put in two scales will even weigh, and both as light as tails.
I had no judgment when to her I swore.
Nor none in my mind, neither you give her o'er.
Demetrius loves her, and he loves not you.
Helena! Goddess, nymph, perfect, divine! Oh, to what my love shall I compare thine? Crystal is money! Oh, how ripe and show thy lips, those kissing cherries tempting grow!
Oh, spite! Oh, hell! I see you're all bent to sin against me for your merriment. If you were civil and knew courtesy, you would not do me thus much injury. Can you not hate me, as I know you do, but you must join in souls to mock me too? If you were men, as men you are in show, you would not use a gentle lady so, to vow and swear and superpraise my parts, when I am sure that you hate me with your hearts. You both are rivals and love Hermia, and now both rivals to mock Helena. A trim exploit, a manly enterprise to conjure up tears in a poor maid's eyes with your derision. None of noble sort would so offend a virgin and extort a poor soul's patience, all to make you sport.
You are unkind, Demetrius. Not so, for you love Hermia, this you know I know. And here, with all goodwill, with all my heart, in Hermia's love I yield you up my part, and yours of Helena to me bequeath, who I do love, and will do to my death.
Never did mockers waste more idle breath.
Lysander, keep thy Hermia. I will none. If I ever loved her, all that love is gone. My heart to her but as gustwise sojourned, and now to Helena is home returned. There to remain. Helena, it is not so. Disparage not the faith thou dost not know, lest to thy peril thou abide it dear. Look where thy love comes. Yonder is thy dear.
Dark night that from the eye his flexion takes, the ear more quick of apprehension makes. Thou art not by mine eye, Lysander, found. Mine ear, I think it wrong me to thy sound. Why unkindly dost thou leave me so?
Why should he stay whom love doth press to go?
What love could press Lysander from my side?
Lysander's love. Hope not let him bide. Fair Helena, who more engilds the night than all yon fiery O's and eyes of night. Why seekest thou me? Could not this make thee know the hate I bear thee made me leave thee so?
You speak not as you think, it cannot be.
Lo, she is one of this confederacy. Now I perceive they conjoined all three to fashion this false sport in spite of me. Injurious Hermia, most ungrateful maid, have you conspired? Have you with these contrived to bait me with this foul derision? Is all the counsel we two have shared? The sisters' vows, the hours we've spent, we've chid the hasty-footed time for parting us, is all forgot. All school days friendship, childhood innocence. We, Hermia, like two artificial gods, with our needles created both one flower, both on one sampler, sitting on one cushion, both warbling of one song in one key, as if our hands, our sides, voices, and minds had been incorporated. So we grew together like to a double cherry, seeming parted, but yet a union in partition. And will you rent our ancient love asunder to join with men in scorning your poor friend? 'Tis not friendly, 'tis not maidenly. Our sex as well as I may chide you for it, though I alone do feel the injury.
I am amazed at your passionate words. I scorn you not, it seems that you scorn me.
Have you not sent Lysander, as in scorn, to follow me and praise my eyes and face? And made your other love, Demetrius, who even now did spurn me with his foot, to call me goddess, nymph, divine and rare, precious, celestial. Wherefore speaks he this to her he hates? And wherefore doth Lysander deny your love, so rich within his soul and tender me, forsooth affection, but by your setting on, by your consent? What, though I be not so in grace as you, so hung upon with love, so fortunate, but miserable most to love unloved, this you should pity rather than despise.
I understand not what you mean by this.
I do. Persevered counterfeit sad looks, make mouths upon me when I turn my back, wink at each other, hold the sweet jest up. This sport well carried shall be chronicled. If you had any pity, grace, or manners, you would not make me such an argument. But fare you well. 'Tis partly my own fault, which death or absence soon shall remedy.
Stay, gentle Helena. Hear my excuse. My love, my life, my soul, fair Helena.
Oh, excellent.
You cannot scorn her so.
If she cannot entreat, I can compel.
Thou canst compel no more than she entreats. Thy threats have no more strength than her weak prayers. Helen, I love thee. By my life I do. I swear by that which I will lose to prove him false that says I love thee not.
I say I love thee more than he can do.
If thou say so, withdraw and prove it too.
Quick, come.
Lysander, where to tends all this?
No, no, sir, seem to break loose. Take on as you would follow, but yet come not. You are a tame man. Go.
Hang off, thou cat! Thou bird! Vile thing, let loose, or I will shake thee from me like a serpent.
Why are you grown so rude? What change is this, sweet love?
Why, love! Out, stony daughter, out! Oh, loathed medicine! Oh, hated potion Henderson!
You do not jest.
Yes, sooth, and so do you.
Demetrius, I will keep my word with thee.
I would I had your bond, for I perceive a weak bond holds you. I'll trust not your word.
What? Should I hurt her? Strike her? Kill her dead? Although I hate her, I'll not harm her so.
What? Can you do me greater harm than hate? Hate me? Wherefore? Oh, me what news, my love? Am I not Hermia? Are you not Lysander? I am as fair now as I was erewhile. Since night you loved me, yet since night you left me. Why then, you left me. Oh, the gods forbid. In earnest shall I say?
I, by my life, never did desire to see thee more. Therefore be out of hope, of question, of doubt, that I do hate thee, and love Helena.
Oh, me! You juggler! You canker blossom! You thief of love! What, you've come by night and stolen my love's heart from him?
Fine of faith. Have you no modesty, no maiden shame, no touch of bashfulness? What? Will you tear impatient answers from my gentle tongue? Fie, you counterfeit! You puppet, you!
Puppet? Why so? Aye, that way goes the game. Now I perceive she hath made compare between our statures. She hath urged her height, and with her personage, her tall personage, her height, forsooth, she hath prevailed with him. And are you grown so high in his esteem, because I am so dwarfish and low? How low am I, thou painted maypole? Speak! How low am I? I am not yet so low, but that my nails can reach into thine eyes!
Oh, pray you, leave off to do and let her not hurt me. I was never cursed. I have no acknowledged fierceness and a right made of my cowardice. You let her not strike me. You may think, because she's something lower than myself, that I can match her.
Lower! Hark again!
Do not be so bitter with me, Hermia. I evermore did love you, did ever keep your counsels, never wronged you. Save that. In love unto Demetrius, I told him of your stealth into the wood. He followed you, and for love I followed him. But he hath chinned me and spurned me, to strike me, spurn me, and kill me too. And now, you will be quiet, go. Death and life bear my falling back and follow you no further.
Why, get you gone! Who's it that hinders you?
A foolish heart that I leave here behind.
Oh, with Lysander!
With Demetrius!
Be not afraid, she shall not harm thee, Helena.
No, sir, she shall not, though you take her part.
Oh, when she's angry, she's keen and shrewd. She was a vixen when she would be scolded. No, she's little. She's fierce.
Little again! Nothing but low and little! Why will you suffer her to flout me thus? Let me come to her!
Get you gone, you dwarf! You minimus of hindering not grasp! Maid, you bead, you acorn!
You are too ambitious on her behalf that scorns your services. Let her alone!
Now she holds you not. Now follow if thou darest, to try whose right of thine or mine is most in Helen.
Follow. Nay, I'll go with you. Cheek by jowl.
All this coil is long of you. Nay, go not back!
I will not trust you. I company. Your hands than mine are quicker for a fray. My lights are longer, though, to run away.
I am amazed. I know not what to say.
This is thy negligence. Still thou makest, or else thou commits thy knaveries willfully?
Believe me, King of Shadows, I mistook. Did not you tell me I should know the man by the Athenian garments he hath on? And so far blameless proves my enterprises I have anointed in Athenian's eyes. And so far I am glad it so did stort, as this their jangling I esteem a sport.
Thou seest these lovers seek a place to fight high, therefore, Robin, overcast the night, and lead these lovers so astray as one come not within another's way. And from each other, look thou lead them thus, till o'er their brows death counterfeiting sleep, with leaden legs and batty wings doth creep. Then crush this herb into Lysander's eye, whose liquor hath this virtuous property, to take from thence all error within his might, and make his eyeballs roll with wonted sight. When they next awake, all this derision shall seem a dream and fruitless vision, whilst I in this affair do the employ, out to my queen, and beg her Indian boy. And then I will, her charmed I release from monster's view, and all things shall be peace.
Fairy king, this must be done with haste, for nights with dragons cut clouds full fast, and yonder shines Aurora's harbinger.
But we are spirits of another sport. I with the morning's love have oft made sport, but notwithstanding haste, make no delay. We may effect this business yet ere day.
Up and down, I will lead them up and down. I am feared in field and town, God will lead them up and down. Here comes one.
Where art thou, Count Demetrius? Speak thou now!
Here, then drawn and ready, where art thou?
I will be with this strength.
Follow me then to plainer ground.
Lysander, speak again! Thou runaway, thou coward, art thou fled? Speak, in some bush, where dost thou hide thy head?
Thou coward, art thou bragging to the stars, telling the bushes that thou look'st for wars and wilt not come? Come, recreant, come thou child, I'll draw a sword on thee. He is defiled that draws a sword on thee.
Yea, art thou there?
Here, villain, follow my voice.
He goes before me and still tears me on. When I come where he calls, then he is gone. The villain is much lighter heeled than I followed fast, but faster did he fly. That fallen am I in dark and even way, and here will rest me. Come, gentle day. For if but once thou show me thy grey light, I'll find Demetrius and revenge this spite.
Ho, 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 coward, why comest thou not?
Abide me if thou darest, for well I wot, thou runnest before me, shifting every place, and darest not stand, nor look me in the face. Where art thou?
Come hither, I am here.
Nay then, thou mockest me. Thou shalt buy this dear if I ever thy face by daylight see.
Now go thy way. Famous constraineth me to measure out my length on this cold bed. By day's approach to be visited.
Oh, weary night, oh, long and tedious night, abate thy hours. Shine comforts from the east, that I may back to Athens by daylight from these that my poor company detest. And sleep, that sometimes shuts up sorrow's eye, steal me away from mine own company.
Yet but three? Come one more. Two of both kinds makes up four. Here she comes, cursed and sad. Cupid is a knavish lad thus to make poor females mad.
Never so weary, never so in woe. Bedabbled with the dew and torn with briars. I can no further crawl, no further go. My legs can keep no pace with my desires. Here I will rest me till the break of day. Heaven shield Lysander if they mean a fray.
On the ground, sleep sound. I'll apply to your eye gentle lover remedy. When thou wakest, thou takest true delight in the sight of thy former lady's eye. And the country proverb shall be shown, that every man shall have his own, in your waking shall be shown. Jack shall have Jill, naught shall go ill, the man shall have his mare again, and all shall be well. Come,
Sit thee down upon this flowery bed while I thy amiable cheeks do void. And musk roses in thy sleek, smooth head, and kiss thy fair large ears, my gentle joy.
Where's Peace Blossom?
Ready.
Scratch my head, Peace Blossom. Where's Monsieur Cobweb?
Ready.
Good monsieur, go get you your weapons in your hand and kill me a red-hip humblebee on the top of a thistle. And good monsieur, bring me the honey bag. And good monsieur, do not fret yourself too much in the action. And good monsieur, carry the honey bag right now. I would loathe to have you overflown with a honey bag. Where's Monsieur Mustard Seed?
Ready.
Give me your leave. I pray you leave your courtesy, good monsieur.
What's your will?
Nothing but to help Cavalry Cobweb to scratch. I must to the barber's, monsieur, for methinks I am marvelously hairy about the face. I'm such a tender ass, if my hair do not tickle me, I must scratch.
What wilt thou hear some music, my sweet love?
Have a reasonable good ear in music. Let us have the tongues and the bones.
Or say, sweet love, what thou desirest to eat?
Truly a peck of provender. I could munch your good trials. Methinks I have a great desire to a bottle of hay. Good hay, sweet hay. Hath no fellow.
I have a venturous fairy who shall seek the squirrel's hoard and fetch thee new nuts.
Oh, I'd rather a handful or two of dried peas. But I pray you let none of your people serve me. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me.
Sleep thou, and I will wind thee in my arms. Fairies, be gone. And be always away. So doth the woodbine and sweet honeysuckle gently entwist. If you know I would be so ingrained as the barky fingers of the elm. Oh, how I love thee. Oh, how I dote on thee.
Welcome, good Robin. Seek'st thou this sweet sight? Her dotage now I do begin to pity, for meeting her of late behind the wood, seeking sweet favors for this hateful fool. I did upbraid her and fall out with her. For she his hairy temples then had rounded with a coronet of fresh and fragrant flowers. And that same dew, which sometime in the buds was wont to swell like round and orient pearls, stood now within the pretty floweret's eyes like tears, that did their own disgrace bewail. When I had at my pleasure taunted her, and she in mild terms begged my patience, I then did ask of her changeling child, which straight she gave me, and her fairy sent to bear him to my bower in fairyland. And now that I have the boy, I will undo this hateful imperfection of her eyes. Gentle Puck, take this transformed scalp from off the head of this Athenian swain, that he, awaking when the others do, may all to Athens back again repair. And think no more this night's accidents. It is the fierce vexation of the dream. First, I'll release my fairy queen. Be thou as thou wast wont to be. See thou as thou wast wont to see. Dian's bud or Cupid's flower has such force of blessed power. Now, Titania, wake you, my sweet queen.
Oh, my Oberon, what visions have I seen? We thought it was an arrow of an ass.
There lies your love.
Oh, how came this thing to pass? Oh, my eyes do roses just now.
Silence a while. Puck, take off the head. Titania, music call and strike more dead than common sleep of all these 5 senses.
Music, oh, music such as charmeth sleep.
When thou wakest with thine own fool's eyes peep.
Come, my queen, take hands with me, and rock the ground whereon these sleepers be. Now thou and I are new in amity, and will tomorrow, midnight solemnly, dance in the Duke Theseus' house triumphant, and bless it to all with fair prosperity. There, the faithful lovers, wedded with Theseus, all in jollity.
Fairy king, attendant mark, I do hear the morning lark.
Then, my queen, in silence sad, triply after the night's shade, we the globe can compass soon, swifter than the wandering moon.
Come, my lord, and in our flight, tell me how it came this night that I, sleeping here, was found with these mortals on the ground.
Go, one of you. Find out the forester. For now, our observation is performed. Having the vanguard of the day, my love shall hear the music of my house.
My lord, this is my daughter Hermia here asleep on the forest ground. And their Lysander is this Demetrius and Helena, old Nader's Helena. I wonder of their being here together.
No doubt they rose up early to observe the rites of May, and hearing of our intent, did come to speak in grace of our solemnity. But speak, Aegeus, is this not the day that Hermia should give answer of her choice?
It is, my lord.
Bid the huntsmen wake them with their horns. Good morrow, friends. St. Valentine's is already passed. Can these woodbirds but to couple now?
Pardon me, my lord.
I pray you all, stand. I know you two are rival enemies. How come this gentle concord in the world? Hatred is so far from jealousy to sleep I hate and fear no enmity.
My lord, I shall reply amazedly, half sleep, half waking, but as yet I swear I cannot truly say how I came here. But as I think, for truly I would speak, I came with Hermia hither. Our intent was to be gone from Athens, where we might be without the peril of the Athenian law.
Enough, my lord, you have enough. I beg the law upon us, and they would have stolen away. They would, Demetrius, thereby to have defeated you and me both. You of your wife and me of my consent. I consent that she should be your wife.
My lord, Helena told me of their stealth, of this their purpose hither to this wood, and I in fury hither followed them. For Helena in fancy followed me. But, my lord, I wot not by what power, but by some power it is. My love's Hermia, melted as snow, seems to me now as the remembrance of an idol god which in my childhood I did dote upon. To Helena was I betrothed ere I saw Hermia, but like in sickness did I loathe this food. But as in hell, I come to my natural taste. And now I do wish it, love it, long for it, and will forevermore be true to it.
Fair lovers, you are fortunately met. Of this discourse we will hear more anon, but Aegeus, I will overbear your will. For in the temple, by and by with us, these lovers shall be eternally knit. We'll go with us to Athens, 3 and 3, hold a feast in great solemnity. Come, my Poletta.
These things seem far off and indistinguishable, like far-off mountains turned into clouds.
Methinks I see these things with parted eye when everything seems double.
So methinks, and found by Demetrius like a jewel, mine own and not mine own.
Seems to me that yet we sleep, we dream. Do not you think the Duke was just here and bid us follow him?
Yea, and my father.
And Hippolyta.
And he bid us follow to the temple.
Why then? We are awake. Let us go, and by the way, we can recount our dreams.
When my cue comes, call me, and I will answer. My next is most fair Pyramus. I hope. Peter Quince. Flute, the bellows mender. Snout, the tinker. Starveling. Gods, my life's stolen hence and left me asleep. I've had a most rare vision. I've had a dream. Past the wit of man to say what dream it was. Man is but an ass if you go about to expound this dream. We thought I was. There was no man that could tell what. Me thought I was, and me thought I had. But man is. There's no man that can tell what me thought I had. The eye of man hath not heard. The ear of man hath not seen. Man's hand is not able to taste, nor his tongue to conceive, nor his heart to report what my dream was. I will get Peter Quince to write a dialogue of this dream. It shall be called Bottom's Dream, because it hath no bottom, and I shall sing it at the latter end of a play before the Duke. Peradventure, to make it the more gracious, I shall sing it at her death.
Have you sent to Bottom's house? Is he come home yet?
Cannot be heard of out of doubt he is transported.
If he come not, then the play is marred. It does not go forward, doth it?
It is not possible. There is not a man in all Athens able to discharge fearlessly.
No, he is simply the best wit of any handicraft man in Athens.
Yea, that's fair too. He's a very paramour for a sweet voice.
You must say paragon. A paramour is, God bless us, a thing of naught.
Masters, the Duke has come from the temple, and there were 2 or 3 lords and ladies more married. If our sport had gone forward, we'd all been made mad.
Oh, sweet bully bottom! And now he escaped 6 pence a day. The Duke would have given him 6 pence a day for playing Pyramus. 6 pence a day in Pyramus or nothing. Hi-ho! Where are these lads? Where are these hearts?
Almost courageous day, almost
Masters, I am to discourse wonders, but ask me not what. For if I tell you I am no true demon, I will tell you everything as it fell out.
Let us hear, sweet bottom.
Not a word of it. All that I will say is that the Duke hath done. Good strings to your beards, new ribbons to your pumps. Get your apparel together. Meet presently at the palace, for our play is preferred, the short and the long. In any case, let Thisbe have clean linen, and let he who plays the lion pare his nails not, for they shall hang out for the lion's claws. And most of your actors eat no onions, nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath. And I have no doubt but to hear them say that it is a most sweet comedy. No more words. Away! Go away!
More strange than true. I never may believe these antic fables, nor these fairy toys. Lovers and madmen have such seething brains, such shaping fantasies that apprehend more than cool reason ever comprehends.
But all the story of the night told over, and all their minds transfigured so together, we're witness of the fancies, images, and grows to something of great constancy, but howsoever strange and admirable.
Here come the lovers, full of joy and mirth. Joy, gentle friends! Joy and fresh days of love accompany your hearts.
More than thoughts, wait in your royal walks, your board, your bed.
But come, what dances, what masks have we to wear away this long age of 3 hours between our after-supper and bed? Where is our usual manager of mirth? Have we no play to ease the anguish of a torturing hour? Call Aegeus.
Dear mighty Theseus.
Tell me, what abridgment have we for this evening? How shall we beguile the lazy time, if not with some delight?
There is a brief of how many sports are right, my lord. Make choice of which your highness will see first.
The battle with the centaurs to be sung by an Athenian eunuch to the harp.
We'll have none of that, but I have already told my love and glory of my kinsman Hercules.
The riot of the tipsy bacchanals, tearing the Thracian singer in their rage.
That is an old device, sung when I came last from Thebes, a conqueror.
The thrice 3 muses, mourning for the dead, late deceased in beggary.
Now that is some satire, keen and critical, not sorting with a nuptial ceremony.
A tedious brief scene of young Pyramus and his love Thisbe, a very tragical mirth.
Merry and tragical, tedious and brief. That is hot ice and strange wondrous snow. How shall we find the concord of this discord?
There is a play, my lord, some 10 words long, which is as brief as I have known a play, but by 10 words it is too long, which makes it tedious, for in all a play there is not one word apt, not one player fitted. And tragical it is, my lord, for Pyramus thereon doth kill himself, which, when I saw rehearsed, I must confess, made mine eyes water. But more merry tears the loud passion of loud laughter never shed.
And who are they that do play it?
Hard-handed men at work here in Athens, sir, who have not labored on their minds until now, and have toiled their unbreathed memories with this same play against your nuptial.
I will hear that.
No, you may not, my lord, for it is not for you, for I have heard it over, and it is nothing in the world. Unless you can find sport within their intents, extremely stretched and coned with cruel pain to do your service.
I will hear that play, for never can anything be amiss when singleness and duty do tender it. Go, bring them in.
So please your grace, the prologue is addressed.
I love not to see wretchedness overcharged with duty to service parish.
Why, my sweet, you shall see no such thing.
He says he can do nothing of the kind.
Then kind are we then to thank them for nothing. What poor duty cannot do, no respect takes in might, not merit. Let him approach.
If we offend, it is with our goodwill, that you should think we come not to offend, but with goodwill. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. We come but in despite. We come as not minding to content you. Our true intent is all for your delight. We are not here. The actors are at hand, and by their show, you shall know all you are like to know.
Indeed, he hath put in his prologue like a child and a reporter. A sound, but not a government.
This speech was like a tangled chain, nothing there, but all disordered.
Gentles, perchance you wonder at the show, but wonder on till truth make all things plain. This man is Pyramus, if you would know. This beauteous lady, Thisbe, is certain. This man with lime and rough cast doth present war, which by these vile walls these lovers sunder, and through thy walls cheap. Poor souls, were they content to whisper. This man with lantern, dog, and book of thorn presenteth moonshine. By moonshine did these lovers think no scorn to meet at Ninus' tomb, there to wounds. This grisly beast, lion hike by name, did scare trusty Thisbe, or rather did affright, and as she fled, her mantle she did fall, and lion vile with bloody mouth did stain. Anon comes Pyramus, sweet youth and tall, and finds his trusty mantle slain. Whereat with bloody, faithful blade, he bravely broached his boiling bloody breast. And Thisbe, tarrying in very shame, his dagger drew and died. Kill yourself. For all the rest, let lion, wall, moonshine, and lovers twain at large discourse they do remain. Get at the prophets.
Wonder if lion will speak.
No wonder, my lord. One lion may when many asses do.
In this same interlude, it doth befall that I, one snout by name, present a wall, and that such a wall had in it a cranny hole or chink, through which the fearful lovers, Theramus and Thisbe, did often whisper, very secretly. And this stone doth show that I am that same wall. The truth is so. And this the cranny is, right and sinister, through which the fearful lovers are to whisper.
Would one desire lime and hair to speak better?
It is the wittiest partition I have ever heard discourse, my lord.
Pyramus draws near the wall. Silence.
Oh, grim looks night! Oh, night, with hue so black! Oh, night, whichever art when day is not! Oh, night! Oh, night! Alack! 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 I fear my Thisbe's promise is forgot! And thou wall, oh wall, thou sweet and lovely wall, that stands between her father's ground and mine. Show me that cheek to blink through with mine eyes. Thanks, courteous wall. Jove shield thee well for this. But what see I? No Thisbe do I see. O wicked wall through whom I see no bliss! Cursed be thy stones for thus deceiving me!
The wall methinks, being sensible, should curse again.
No, in truth, sir, you should not. Deceiving me is Thisbe's cue. She is to enter, and I'm to spy her through the wall. You will see it will fall pat as I told you. Yonder she comes.
O wall, full often hast thou heard my moans, for parting my fair Pyramus and me. My cherry lips have often kissed thy stones.
I see a voice. Now will I to the chink to spy, and I can hear my Thisbe's face. Thisbe! Thisbe! My love thou art, my love I am. Think what thou wilt. I am thy lover's grace, and like Lamander I am trusty still.
And I like Helen till the fates may kill.
Oh, kiss me through the hole of this vile wall!
Oh, not your lips at all.
Wilt thou at Nini's tomb meet me straightway?
Tide life, tide death, I come without delay.
Thus have I, Wool, my part discharged so, and thus, being done, away, Wool doth go.
This is silliest stuff that e'er I heard.
The best in this kind of it, shadows and the worse and no worse of imagination of men.
It must be your imagination then, and not theirs.
We imagine of them, then no worse than they of themselves. They may pass for excellent men. But here come two noble beasts in, a man and a lion.
You, ladies, you, whose gentle hearts do fear the smallest monstrous mouse that may creep on the floor, may now pretend for quick and tremble here, when lion in wildest rage doth roar, to know that I won't smack the joiner who lion fell, nor else no lion's dam, for if I as a lion should come and strive into this place, 'twere pity on my life.
A very gentle beast and of good conscience.
The very best at a beast, my lord, that I e'er saw.
This lantern doth the horned moon present, myself the man, if moon doth seem to be.
I am aweary of this moon. Would he would change?
It appears by small light of his discretion that he is in the wane, but in courtesy and all reason we must stay the time.
Proceed, Moon.
All I have to say is to tell you that this lantern is the moon, myself the man in the moon, this thorn bush my thorn bush, and this dog my dog.
Here I am at Nini's tomb. Where is my love?
Well, lion.
Well run, Thisbe.
Well shown, moon. Truly the moon shines with a good grace.
Well moused lion.
And then came Pyramus.
Sweet moon, I thank thee for thy sunny beams. I thank thee for shining now so bright. For by thy gracious golden glittering gleams, I trust to taste of truest Thisbe's sight. But stay, oh spite! But mark, poor knight, what dreadful dole is here? Eyes, do you see? How can it be? Oh, dainty duck, oh dear! Approach, ye furies fell! Fates, come, come! Quail, crush, conclude, and quail!
His passion in the death of a dear friend would go near to make a man look sad.
Through my heart, pity the man.
Oh, wherefore, nature, didst thou lions frame? Since lying vile here hath deflowered my dear. That is, no, that was the fairest dame that lived, that loved, that liked, that looked with cheer. Come, tears, confound, outsoared, and wound the pap of Pyramus. I that left pap where heart doth up. Thus die I. Thus. Now am I dead. Now am I fled. My soul is in the sky. Tongue, lose thy light. Moon, take thy flight. Now, die! 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 Die!
With the help of a surgeon, he might yet recover and prove an ass.
How chance moonshine is gone before Thisbe comes back and finds her lover?
She'll find by starlight. Here comes Thisbe, and her passion ends the play.
She has spied him already with those sweet eyes.
Sleep, my love? Dead, my dove? O Pyramus, arise. Speak. Speak. Quite dumb? Dead? Dead? Tomb must cover their sweet eyes. His lily lips, his cherry nose, his yellow cowslip cheeks are gone. Gone. Lovers make moan. His eyes were as green as leeks. O sisters three, come to me with hands as pale as milk, and lay them in gore as I am sure, and with a thread made of silk, tongue, not a word. Come, trusty sword. Come, blade, my breast demure. Farewell, friends. Thus this ends. Adieu. Adieu.
Moonshine and lion are left to bury the dead.
No, I assure you! The wall is down that part of your fathers. Would you care to see the epilogue or to hear a burgomask dance between the remaining two of our company?
No epilogue, I pray you. For your play needs no excuse, never excuse. When all the players are dead, there need none to be blamed. Marry, if heathen writ had played Pyramus and hung himself in Thisbe's garden, it would have been a fine tragedy. And so it is, truly and very notably distraught.
Get out!
The iron tongue of midnight hath pulled 12. Let us to bed. 'Tis almost very.
Now until the break of day,
Through this house each fairy stray,
To the best bride bed will we.
Which by us shall blessed be.
And the issue there create,
ever shall be fortunate.
so shall all the couples three, ever true and loving be.
And with this field do consecrate,
every fairy take his gate,
and each several chamber bless.
Through this palace with sweet peace,
Ever shall in safety rest,
and the owner of it blessed.
trip away, make no stay.
Meet the air by break of day.
if we shadows have offended, think but this, and all is mended, that you have but slumbered here while these visions did appear, and this weak and idle theme, no more yielding but a dream. Gentles, do not reprehend. If you pardon, we will mend. And, as I am an honest puck, if we have unearned luck, now to scape the serpent's tongue, we will make amends ere long, else the puck a liar call. So, good night unto you all. Give me your hands if we be friends, and Robin shall restore amends.
And especially last year, like having us be able to put on a production during kind of COVID times. I'm trying to talk to everyone. During kind of COVID times, it was a big deal as well, being able to put on 2 shows, which was really nice. Also, Mr. Vini's just been a mentor to me and to a lot of these other people, so we really appreciate him and we love him. I don't know where he is, but let's give him a big round of applause.
Everything that goes on in the arts building, he keeps everything running smoothly in this building, and that is a very huge undertaking in and of itself. But also, during Tech Week, he feeds us. He makes sure that we get food, which is very important. So, for when he gets here, these are for him, because we appreciate him a lot. Yes?
One more thing. This is his last year here. He's actually coming to Belmont next year, and he will not be working here anymore. So, huge round of applause for the man.
if you don't know. I've been sitting there doing this for tech stuff. I'm here to thank our wonderful tech director, Mr. Cody Allen. Nothing that you see here would be here without him. He runs our tech department. All of these beautiful, we can display Owen's photography because he helps hang these pictures and these screens. Does our lights for us, helps me out. So thank you.
Me and Brayden just wanted to give a big thank you to Mr. Barry. The director of the show, if you didn't know, he's the best director ever. I've learned like everything from him, and he's helped me so much. He's helped me with college auditions, both of us with college auditions, like helped me find characters, helped me learn just about how to act, and he's the best.
Barry was the reason I really knew acting was what I wanted to do. The first play I ever did was Metamorphosis here, and he casted me as Bacchus. The first time I went up, and I was so nervous, but he made me so confident. He made me the person I am today. Today he made it to where I can walk through these halls and call these people my friends, and just really impacted my future and my life. So I'm very, very thankful.
The first time Mr. Barry asked, okay, wait, hold on. So after the Wiz, we don't talk about that freshman year musical. Mr. Barry was like, Amy, you should try out for Lucy's play, the spring musical. And I was like, no. And he was like, yeah, you should. And I was like, okay, sure. And he didn't expect to to cast me, shall I say. And so it's kind of funny because my first play ever, not musical but play, was in the Black Fox. So this is a full circle moment for me, having my last high school play ever be in the Black Fox as well. And he's been such a huge mentor to me. Honestly, got me way more into acting than I would have ever been without him. Got me interested into, well, just really encouraged me to be a better actor and actress, and I appreciate you very, very much.
Mr. Barry doesn't like long speeches, so I'm going to say, I love you, Mr. Barry. Thank you for letting us do this. Thank you for being as great as you are. Thank you for giving us a space where we can be ourselves. I really appreciate the time I've spent in here, in the Black Box, with you and all of these lovely people. So thank you.
I also don't want to talk for a super, super long time. And I hate the fact that I'm about to say this because it is so, so cliche. But I really have found myself with your help and with acting. And I know that if you hadn't been the mentor that you had been to me these past few years, I know I wouldn't be who I am today. And you have no idea how much I appreciate you for that. And I will never be able to show my full appreciation. And I'm so proud that I can call this room and this group of people my family.
Seniors, we don't typically do flowers for seniors because we're not an ensemble. We have seniors who are only in the spring play, only in the fall play, only in the winter play. So, but I do want to say thank you to all of y'all. And there is one person that's exempt from that, and that's this person. Yeah! Special thanks. It is Emma Noonan for taking care of us for so long. We will survive without you, but I don't know how. Thank you.
straight to the airport? I'm just gonna let her go with you. Oh gosh. Oh. What's happening? Why are you going together? So serious.
I've got the senior part and then well, actually, he's actually correct. I'm here to see you. Alright. You can go and stall, okay? Bye, guys. Great to see you.
You did good.
You did great.
Yes, their fingers look. He's really getting
She was like crawling. I started coughing.
I was trying to just giggle at the horizon.
Where?
It's on in there. Like, see, the camera's there, the TV's in there.
Are those all yours?
They'll be there on Monday.
They'll be okay.
Yeah. You can get them now if you want, because they'll be there on Monday.
They'll be there. I don't have a bed.
Nothing leaves this room until like Monday.
Alright. Are we taking school today?
Yeah, you can if you want.
Okay. No one in the hallway might as well. Can I turn the... It's so hot in here. Hey, no. When I turn these off, can you get the
They will love them. Yeah, because she's like, oh, I'm gonna pot this. And then she puts it, oh,
It's so hot.
Yeah. We use the flash on.
Yeah.
Lev, you should know how to do it.
Give me one of the remotes.
Do it, Lev. Show me you are progressing as a technician. All right. Now turn them off. Do it.
That's that one.
Correct.
Yeah.
Lev, you get this one, but you gotta look that way. Ooh. Ooh, there you go. Good.
I just look to see the
Good tech work. All right, so now you're gonna do other shows, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do the one you want me to do, the one next week.
Okay, that's fine. It's super, like the chamber orchestra concert, like it's lights up, change color.
Yeah, I'll get a beat in Texas.
The Yes, yes. Oh boy,
Team Texas.
all the time.
Are we Team Tennessee?
Never.
No, Team
You know
Texas
who
is
could do this?
like
Oh,
the most
never.
insane.
No, say, are we? We're
Totally,
Team
yeah.
Tennessee.
No.
No, I do feel that.
Oh,
Looking
yeah.
at my board.
That gym named
Because like 90% of them are.
Great job. You want to know what
Thanks,
the
man.
Masters team is?
Yeah, and I'm like,
Nobody
no,
knows.
no idea. No idea what that is.
We used to use
I
that
don't know.
last night.
I
We
just
got
I don't
basketball.
You can learn.
No, I think that was the exact word.
I mean, if nothing else, it makes it better for you. I always tell this to performers. I'm like, you should know at least how to talk to a technician. That way you can talk to them and they understand what you're wanting. That way they're not like, what's this lead saying? Yeah, getting a good rate, but also that comes with if you find a tech, maybe like you can be our front of house engineer, you know, and you build a relationship with them, you know. Makes whole life, especially if you guys decide to like tour.
Yeah.
And you'll be going into places where it's like, this isn't our house, so let's talk to the dude.
For sure.
Yeah.
You mix live sound?
All the time.
Yeah, I thought so.
I don't really much anymore since the hearing loss. I don't trust myself to be a true. I'm a damn fine monitor engineer.
Yeah.
Damn fine.
Damn. Like I try so hard in every rock band show to get in your monitors or an actual monitor mixer. That way I can just sit back there and I can just chat to you guys and go, what do you need? Okay, cool, here. Let me do something here. Making sure nothing's squealing in your brain.
Weren't you doing that for the musical in the pit?
Yes.
Yeah, that's fun though.
Trying to make sure that all worked and a whole thing.
Right.
But you know, I can mix them. I mixed. Did you ever meet Myra Clearing?
I only heard stories.
I didn't know because I don't know if you were like a 13-year-old or like a 13-year.
I've been here since kindergarten.
So Miss Myra was an English teacher here.
Yeah.
She got cancer. She is still alive. But she retired. She always put on Song and Story.
Right. I see the posters for that.
3-hour long.
Yeah.
Mix of spoken word, music, dance. It was a massive like variety show. Very last one, she asked me to mix front of house, but that included Vince and Amy.
Right.
And I'm like, oh man, those are like literal legends.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to mix. And I was very proud that they walked off stage and said, "Sounded great. Good job."
Sweet. That's like the biggest validation.
I'm like, I don't care what anyone else says.
No,
They
yeah.
can disagree with my mix, whatever. I'm like, I'm definitely a Vince and Amy love him.
Yeah, they loved it.
So
That's awesome.
Yeah, and like there's things like that. But I would never claim to be. They're far better engineers than me.
Oh, for sure. They're always.
But I'm good in a pinch.
Yes, sir.
Oops. Which reader is yours? Is yours blue or purple?
Mine's gray.
It just doesn't open.
I want to help. How can I help?
It almost been these stools.
Okay.
We just stack.
We clean out all these chairs tonight?
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We would rather you get out of here and go to this casket.
Okay. Come over here. Go to that one.
So, Mr. Allen, this sand and all this stuff, just leave it here?
Yeah, that's fine. We'll get it on Monday. I mean, what's Barry gonna do?
You can just stack those and put them in the corner over there.
Where?
Just in the same corner.
Oh.
Jack, what year are you?
Sophomore.
Sophomore. Gross.
Sophomore. I know, right? It is gross.
That's not
Well,
gross.
You're gonna be here for 2 more years.
We want you here for 2 more years. Okay.
I'll be
You keep following me around. Yeah. It's really weird. She's like sad.
You're following me.
She's like, stop. I came to the bathroom and she stopped and she was right in front of me, so I couldn't. I was like, please. She's leaving. And I
Not tonight. There are still a couple of weeks left.
Yes, same.
Guess what? She's still gonna be here.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I got 2 more weeks. I will
done before.
I know, she likes to dab it.
Go talk to your mama.
I swear. Everyone keeps coming behind me. Jenny sneaked me, you sneaked me. That's because you don't accept college on a regular basis. You let us sneak them out. Nope.
Sneak.
When she's not looking, when she's least suspecting. What? I just didn't know you were coming down the street. I was about to, but I was going to clean that up first. You need me to take it? Do you actually?
Thank you guys for coming.
Oh, yes, thank you. Thanks for everything you do.
Oh yeah, always fun.
Do you want to walk out with a sword? Sure. Yeah, that's ours.
Where did you get the sword?
Remember John fencing with Brian Krantz?
That's fencing sword.
Yeah. I think everything else is not. Yeah, everything else is the schools.
That's, you sure that's one of his?
Yeah, because Mr. Alex is the
Does John know you were using it?
he doesn't care
left it on Thursday?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Well, then that thing's gone.